God will tell you to do things that are hard for you to do because you have limitations that you've put in your own life that God knows you need to overcome. A good example, Moses. What did he tell God? Even after he was an Egyptian, so to speak, living in the Pharaoh's palace, learning everything that he had to know about the Pharaoh and everything Egyptian, he said, I can't speak. Don't send me. God sends him to lead millions of people. Do you honestly think that you're any different? That God's like, only one person out of millions of people will I use for my glory? Absolutely not. Countless stories in the Word of God show us that God has a design for each and every single one of us to do the good works that God has in plan for us to do. God has created you with a purpose to honor him, to glorify his name. And he does that by taking the limitations you've put on yourself and saying, I am not limited. God can do immeasurably more than we ever ask or imagine. The Word of God says that. So why are you limiting yourself? I'm not a good speaker. I could never go up to those people and tell them about Jesus. I'm not the best at, influencing others. Or it could be about your looks. I don't dress the best. I don't look the best. I'm not the most fashion. Nobody cares. You care. But God is so good in that he uses what you already have to develop you further, to know the Word of God, and to do his will. It's not about appearances, so to speak. He has given us each different gifts, and you grow in those gifts, okay? But what you're going to do is completely different than what someone else is going to do. And that's a good thing, because we're one person, but God is everywhere. God is able to do immeasurably more than we ever ask or imagine, even with ourselves, because he wants to use you for his glory, not to put you down, but you're his child, you're his daughter and son. So look at the hard things that you're going through and learning and overcoming. If God's putting you in a place where you need to speak up, if God's putting you in a place where you need to show up, if God's putting you into a place where you are leading, you're doing things that you've never done before. You're singing, you're, coming up with poems, you're designing, you're doing things that are outside of your comfort zone. With God's strength, you're able to do everything for his glory, because he's going to use you in a way that glorifies his name, but is also good for you.